Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about exponential notation. So here are some examples of numbers who are being raised to exponents. Exponential notation is a way to express repeated multiplication. So this is an example of just a basic exponential notation. In this example, the number x is being raised to the power n. N is the exponent in this example, and x is called the base. The number that's raised to the power is called the base. The base, x, is multiplied by itself n times, and everything inside the parentheses is raised to n. So here's an example of exponential notation. This 2 is being raised to the 7th power, which means that the 2 is being multiplied by itself 7 times. So we have 2 multiplied by itself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Let's do some practice. So here we have 3 raised to the 5th power, which means that 3 is multiplied by itself 5 times. And this can look kind of scary because you don't know how to approach this, but what I like to do is to group the numbers to make it into smaller multiplication problems and then multiply them all together at the end. So I group the first 2 3s and those equal 9, multiplied by each other equal 9, and then I group the next 2 3s and those also equal 9. So I have 9 times 9. And then I have a 3 left over, so I just bring that one down. And then I do another grouping, and 9 times 9 is 81. And then I bring down the leftover 3 again, and then you get 81 times 3, which is 243. Now we're going to think about if a negative 4 is raised to the 4th power, if it would be positive or negative. So if we have negative 4 times itself 4 times, we have 4 negative numbers. And if we group these and we multiply each negative 4 by another negative 4, we get 16 times 16, which are both positive numbers. And then if we multiply 16 and 16, we get 256. So that would mean that negative 4 to the 4th power is positive. Now, if we take negative 4 to the 3rd power, we get negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. And then I'm going to group the first 2 negative 4s, and that will give me 16. And then I have a negative 4 left over, so we bring that down. So here we have 16 times negative 4, which is a positive number and a negative number. And when you have a positive number times a negative number, you get a negative number. And 16 times 4 is 65, so we have negative 65. So the answer to this question would be that negative 4 raised to the 3rd power is negative. And this is true for any number. If any negative number is raised to an even power, you'll get a positive answer. And if a negative 4 is raised to, or any negative number is raised to an odd power, then the answer will be negative. Also, this is important because you have to pay attention to the parentheses around the negative 4. If this negative was outside of the parentheses, then you would only raise 4 to the 4th power and then take care of the negative later. So if the question was negative 4 raised to the 4th power, the answer would be negative 256, not positive 256. You can also use exponents in equations. So here we're going to solve for x. First, I'm going to find out what 3 raised to the 4th power is, which is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And when I group those, I get 2 pairs of 9s, and then when you multiply the 2 9s, you get 81. So we have 12x minus 81 equals 39. And then I'm going to add 81 to both sides and get 12x equals 120. And then you take 120 divided by 12, which will give you x equals 10. Now just to review, you want to remember that the little number up here is called the exponent, and that is the amount of times you're going to multiply the base by itself. The exponent is also called a power, and everything inside the parentheses is raised to n. Also, you should remember that a negative number raised to an even number will always give a positive answer, and a negative number raised to an odd number will give a negative answer.